Welcome to the Horror Next Door. We're back with our favorite new horror trailers from June 2021. But first, if you enjoy everything from the world of horror, movies, video games, masks, and memorabilia, please subscribe. Now, on with the trailers.
Meander. After getting a car ride from an unknown man, Lisa wakes up in a tube with a countdown bracelet on her arm. She quickly learns that a fire burns every 8 minutes in different sections of the structure she is trapped in and has no choice but to crawl into safe sections to survive. To know why she's there and how to get out, Lisa will have to face the memories of her dead daughter. Well, I would say by now there's quite a few horror films that have the premise where a group of people, or in this case it looks like just this one person, wake up in a location that they don't know what it is, like where they are, why they're there. Some are good, some are bad. Obviously, Cube comes to mind as one of the greats, and this movie seems somewhat comparable to that. I do think it looks pretty original, despite the fact that the idea of this has happened in the past. It definitely looks more claustrophobic, which made me uncomfortable while watching the trailer. I guess I wonder how she knows where the fires are going to be, like where to go. Does the bracelet have another function besides just being a countdown? And then obviously the synopsis we were able to find there mentions a dead daughter, which isn't really hinted at in the trailer at all. So there's definitely a lot to uncover here, and I'm looking forward to finding out more.
Yeah, this movie does remind me of Cube and also maybe just a little bit of Saw. I like some of the things that they showed that happen in these tubes towards the beginning, like the floor that she's crawling on is starting to rise up. And I guess it's like she needs to get the heck out of there or she's going to get crushed. There's another shot where she's crawling and then the floor opens up and there's like this green light with this fog coming out of it. It kind of reminded me of the acid pit from Mortal Kombat 2. Like what happens if she falls in there? Who knows? But I'm just intrigued by all the random things that could kill this woman and why she's in there. Why is this guy putting her in there? And who's this other dude that's in there that's yelling at her saying that she's, gonna die and never make it out of here? And he seems like he's kind of trapped in there too. But it looks awesome and I can't wait to see it.
Demonic. A young woman unleashes terrifying demons when supernatural forces at the root of a decades-old rift between mother and daughter are ruthlessly revealed.
Demonic is written and directed by Neil Blomkamp, who brought us District 9.
This trailer is just so well done. It really, really makes me excited about seeing this movie. It's edited wonderfully. It shows a lot of really eerie, creepy moments without exposing too much. The music they used paired with that insanely creepy, like chanting or talking or whatever you want to call it. It's so awesome, and I really hope that the movie itself is awesome. There were little parts in there that reminded me of so many different things. The Doom video games, a couple different episodes of Black Mirror, even like the Blair Witch. I got a little vibe of that because there was some stuff in the woods and some things hanging and whatever. I don't even know how to explain it, but there were just so many elements in this that made me super duper interested in this movie. And, the whole like virtual reality video game type environment is not the least of them.
One thing that I will say is I hope that the weird talking, chanting thing is actually in the movie and it's not just a thing they put in a trailer, because it is really like unsettling. And I think putting that in the movie would make a creepy scene even more creepier. I feel like for me personally, Neil Blomkamp's films are kind of hit or miss. I really enjoyed District 9, but I feel like most of the movies that he's made after that haven't really wowed me very much. I don't know exactly what is going on with her going into this virtual reality thing. Is it some kind of study or what? But it kind of reminded me a little bit of The Matrix or something, because she's going into some kind of virtual reality thing of some sort, and then she gets cut by the demon, and then she wakes up and there's a cut there. This movie looks freaking awesome. We can't wait to see it.
Evil Dead the Game. Step into the shoes of Ash Williams or his friends from the iconic Evil Dead franchise and work together in a game loaded with over-the-top co-op and PvP, player versus player, multiplayer action.
Bruce Campbell voices Ash, and Dana DiLorenzo and Ray Santiago return from Ash vs. Evil Dead to lend their voices to the game as well. Evil Dead the game is developed by Saber Interactive.
Well, between the two of us, I'm the big Evil Dead fan here. I actually kind of had to talk Psycho into rewatching the original movies because the way he remembered them, he wasn't a huge fan. And of course they grew on him, so yay. But I also played 2 other Evil Dead games that were released back in the PlayStation 2 days. I'll be honest, I play a decent amount of video games, but I don't beat that many. I have to really like a game to want to see it all the way through, pretty much, and I beat both of those, so that says a lot. I'm really excited about this. It's a little bit difficult to tell from the trailer what exactly the gameplay is like, but it looks a lot like Dead by Daylight, which I have played a decent amount of in the past, like forever ago now. It also reminded me of the Friday the 13th video game. So no matter what, it looks fun. And I think it's really neat that you can play as these really cool characters that fans of the Evil Dead franchise have come to love. Especially good old Ash. Isn't he the coolest? Groovy.
So upon first watching this trailer, I thought that the game kind of reminded me of Left 4 Dead, because it seems like it's you and 3 other people just fighting like hordes of deadites. But later on, it kind of seemed like it's a little bit more like Dead by Daylight, like it's you and 4 other people, but then maybe there's another player on the evil side that's trying to kill the 4 of you. And I don't know if they can like summon deadites to come after you or whatnot. So I'm kind of confused in that aspect. Is it more leaning towards Left 4 Dead, or is it more leaning towards Dead by Daylight gameplay? Or is it a little bit of both? Like maybe you can just play the 4 of you versus the undead, or you can choose to go online and play against other people. Who knows? But either way, the game looks pretty sweet. It looks violent, and I really like the environments and the cabins and everything that they made and how everything looks, and it just looks really fun, and I can't wait to play it. And I'm sure Hellcat's going to scream the whole time, and I can't wait.
Whatever. Halloween Kills. Minutes after Laurie Strode and her family left Michael Myers caged and burning in the basement, Laurie is rushed to the hospital with life-threatening injuries. When Michael manages to free himself from the trap, his ritual bloodbath resumes. As Laurie fights her pain and prepares to defend herself against him, she inspires all of Haddonfield to rise up against the unstoppable monster.
David Gordon Green returns to direct, and the movie is written by David Gordon Green, Danny McBride, and Scott Teems. Halloween Kills stars Judy Greer, Andy Matichek, Jamie Lee Curtis as Laurie Strode, Kyle Richards returning as Lindsay Wallace from Halloween 1978, Anthony Michael Hall as Tommy Doyle, and portraying the Shape, Michael Myers, is James Jude Courtney, with a special appearance from Nick Castle, who played Michael Myers in the 1978 film.
Well, we definitely enjoyed Halloween 2018. We really liked it a lot, and I am possibly even more excited for this. It just looks like everything's even more amped up. The whole thing that they mention about him getting more and more powerful each time he kills, the prior films, unless I missed or misunderstood something, never really put it out there that way, and I think it's a kind of an interesting and cool approach or explanation to what's driving him. I mean, he's constantly just mindlessly and very brutally murdering anyone and everyone in his path. And the fact that she's in the hospital reminds me of Halloween 2, and just there's all this really cool stuff. They found all these neat ways to reference or pay tribute to the old movies without just blatantly copying them or doing something super cheesy. And I just think it's really cool. I'm excited to see what else they do in that regard. And just to see Laurie fighting against Michael again.
I just want to start out by saying that I think this trailer looks fucking awesome. One of the things I was really interested in was how were they going to get Michael Myers out of that house while it's on fire. And I think they came up with a pretty interesting concept, something that's more grounded in reality and not just him like busting through walls or some ridiculous. But Michael Myers looks badass in this trailer. The shot where he comes out the burning house and he's holding that pickaxe looking thing that the firefighters use and he like twirls it around. It's like, bring it on. And then it seems like there's going to be a huge battle between him and the firefighters. And the one guy pulls out a damn circular saw. I really like the random shot of the 3 dead people wearing the Halloween 3 masks.
Oh my God, yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was an interesting touch. In Halloween 2018, there was random children wearing the Halloween 3 masks while Michael Myers was walking around on the streets while the kids were trick-or-treating. And then in this one, it seems like he kills somebody, or he kills these 3 people and then puts the masks on them, and the cops find the dead bodies kind of strewn about in the playground. Even though Halloween 2018 had John Carpenter return to executive produce the movie, it's really nice to see that he has returned once again to executive produce this film as well. It's something as a lifelong fan of the series you thought you'd probably never see again, is to see John Carpenter actively involved in a Halloween film. It's just really cool that he's back. I hope he's also doing the music again, because the music in Halloween 2018 was freaking awesome. Another quick thing I wanted to say was there's a quick shot at the end where the girl's holding his mask. Somehow, I guess she removed it from his head and she's kind of toying with him like, come get your mask, you want your mask? So I'm really interested in seeing that scene, and I'm curious how that's going to play out. Like, how much of the movie is he going to be, without his mask, and are they going to show his face? I kind of hope they kind of shoot around it. So it's implied that he doesn't have his mask on, but they never fully show his face, kind of what they did in Halloween 2018. There's a lot of shots where he doesn't have his mask on, but you can't really see a full-on shot of his face. It's kind of obstructed by things. There is one random shot in the trailer where he's kind of in the darkness, and it does look like he doesn't have his mask on. So I'm curious how much of the movie he's just going to be walking around with no mask on. But that being said, Halloween Kills looks badass. I wish we would have been able to enjoy this film last year when it was originally supposed to come out, but circumstances. But it's coming out this October and cannot wait. Michael Myers is back.
As always, thank you so much for watching. Feel free to leave a comment letting us know what you thought of these trailers. All of the trailers we discussed will be linked in the description box below. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, and don't forget to visit our store and social media pages. Until next time!